Greetings, old school magic players, and welcome to the Four Horsemen.
Greetings, old school magic players. Welcome to a Friday night with the Four Horsemen. I'm the Chadster. I'm joined by John Eckleberry tonight. Good evening, John.
How's it going?
Good, man. Glad to be here with you again on a magic evening. For the viewers, tonight we're going to be playing some Four Horsemen tournament number 13 practice matches, and we've got a new banned and restricted list. If you check out fourhorsemenmagic.com or check out facebook.com/groups/fourhorsemenmtg, you can see our banned and restricted list. Here we've added Diamond Valley, Island of Whack Whack, Mana Drain, Recall, and the Tabernacle of Pendrel Vale to our banned and restricted list. And Tournament 13 is going to be running March 29th through April 28th. Got some great prizes. Still giving away the amazing islands that John made for us. Arabian Nights Islands proxy card giveaways. The playmats and the KMJ proxies. Really cool stuff. And so tonight, John and I are going to try out some practice games with the new format. All right, John, so you want to tell us about your brew?
Well, I've got two decks queued up. We can play against whatever you want to test. I've got a mono black aggro deck I've been working on that I've been having a lot of fun with.
Yes, mono black aggro, inspired by who was it that in tournament? What was it? 11. We had a new player who.
We did. We had somebody that ran a mono black deck, and I'm like, man, I've been waiting for somebody to do that, and it was really good, and I really liked his build, and I can't remember now.
Well, let's just look it up. The handy dandy fourhorsemenmagic.com site. I have updated it with all the deck pictures, so let me just show
was that
these.
Tournament like 9, probably?
Tournament 11, I think.
Was it Tournament 11?
Yeah, well, I think so. Because that's the one where Mike Clements ran his black-green Living Plane deck, which had witches.
That man loves black-green in every format.
Yeah. Yes, here it is. It was Christopher Zach. Yeah, Christopher Zach. He was at one of the old school weekend events, and remember we extended the tournament to squeeze it in. He has the Urg Raiders, he has Hellfires, he had Sorceress Queen, Kumbaj Witches, Hagrid Ogress, Underworld Dreams, Jusum Djinns, and Gates of Phyrexia, Oubliettes, Word of Binding, Haunting Winds in the sideboard, things like that. So yeah, I mean, that was a really cool deck to see, and he made it into the top 8 with that as his first event. Christopher, when I pinged him, did not elect to play in tournament 12, and we haven't heard from him on tournament 13. So, not sure if he's going to rejoin us, but certainly that deck has had some influence, and now that Mana Drain is restricted, it's got much more of a shot.
Yeah, that was my thought. Aggro might actually be able to. We've kind of settled into a format where like you basically have to play control.
Talk a little bit more about your thoughts there, because I mean, obviously you're on the Four Horsemen rules committee, and you have a strong influence, in the group and where the format's been and where it's going. Do you want to talk a little bit about before we get into our games, about the changes to the B&R?
Well, I certainly like to ban as few cards as possible and restrict as few cards as possible. I think treading lightly is usually best, but at the same time, we have played 12 of these tournaments now, right? And we're going into tournament 13, and we have we let the Wild Wild West have its time. We let the powerful decks, run their course. We let blue have 4 mana drains for a long time, which no other format allows, but we just felt like, it's a cool card, and blue having a counterspell is, cool. So, like, let's let it have its day in the sun. But at a certain point, you have to start paring things down when all of the top decks are, running 4 mana drains or whatever other card. And, we kind of got tired of being a 4-strip format, but there's a lot of problem lands that you kind of need the strips for, so you have to either make the decision to keep all the strips in or to maybe just pare back some of those lands, and then the strip is less necessary. And so we've added a lot of utility lands and combo type lands to the BNR now as well. Diamond Valley ended up on there, and Tabernacle and Maze of It, and I think the goal of certainly I know your goal was to try to make the environment just a little more fun and a little more open to brewing, rather than although I can't say we haven't had some cool brews, because we really have. I mean, I think some people have built some really fun and interesting decks in this format, but maybe those decks will have a little bit better chance of winning now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The goals were, what can we do to give more variety in decks a chance to have a shot at top 8 and semifinals and finals? Because as you pointed out, one of the holdovers from the Wild Wild West when we first started out Four Horsemen a year and a half ago was mana drain as a 4-of was a staple in old school Magic for many years. I mean, I think it was restricted in, like, I don't know, maybe somewhere around like 2015 or something. It wasn't even all that recent in the grand history of Magic that mana drain was restricted, and it was only restricted when Commander and EDH and all these other formats started really gaining popularity, and people realized, oh my god, this mana drain card is fucking awesome. Right? But folks like Michael Scheffenacker and others early that were involved in helping get Four Horsemen off the ground, Michael was a very adamant proponent of restricting mana drain from day one, but a lot of other folks, including myself at the time, was like, well, it wasn't restricted in Magic for a really long time, and it certainly was not restricted in 93-94 when these sets were out, and we were trying to create an environment where we were playing the sets, the expansion sets, as they were, and we even had old rules, 93-94 revised rules at the time for the first 4 tournaments. So I feel like this mana drain 4X is a holdover from trying to hold on a little bit to that old Four Horsemen Wild Wild West feeling. But now that the format's evolved, it's time to let that go. And it really has, as you said, it's really constrained others' deck brewings, and now that constraint is lifted, and I think we're going to see a lot more spice, a lot more combos, and a lot more variety.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's switch over to the whereby share here, and we will get this game going.
So it's really interesting when you were talking about that. I'm reading a post from the Old School MTG blog from the the original group.
Mm-hmm.
They did not have mana drain restricted initially either.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what year they started playing like real old school, like if it was like 2005, 6, 7. I don't know if it was somewhere around in there, but in 2013 was when they were like, okay, listen, we had a big tournament and like all of the decks had 4 of mana drains in them, and so like we're gonna need to finally restrict this card.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously they went through the same process of, you know, thought that we did, where there's just no other formats that allow that as a 4 of, and for good reason. But we also, you know, wanted it to have its time. But its time is over now, and you know, there's always going to be new people that come in that are like, oh man, I missed out on playing mana drain, you know. But it is what it is. We've allowed it in 12 tournaments, and now it's not going to be allowed in tournament 13.
Yes, and hopefully aggro creature decks, which have really struggled, as you and I have talked about. You've talked about this on your commentary and in some of our past videos, that, you know, aggro has been extremely crippled and limited when, you know, you can just get the momentum and they counter your big guy and down goes Triskelion or, you know, Pyrotechnics or, you know, whatever, and it wipes your board and it's just game over. Now there's only one of those chances out of 60, right? But there are other cards that now I think will also emerge, like you and I have talked about. I think, you know, our committee members, we discussed other cards as well. You know, the power of Rook Egg and the challenges around, you know, the Rook Egg Diamond Valley combo. We talked a lot about cards like Falling Star. Ultimately, we decided not to restrict Falling Star for now, right? Earthquake, as you pointed out, exists in other formats, and there's other, there's Wrath of God and stuff like that in the other old school formats. So, you know, it's not out of character for Red to have, you know, a weenie board wipe card, which is Falling Star. John, you still with me? John, did we lose you? What is going on? Okay, John's going to be right back. Yeah, so Falling Star, I think, will be a emergent card. I'm not running it in this particular deck right here, but I am going to be running it in one of my other decks. Let me just, for the viewers, let's just check out a preview of this deck while John stepped away for a minute. So the deck that I'm running today is a Eureka deck, and it's a tweak on a version that I made for tournament, I think it was tournament 11 or maybe even tournament 9. Eureka is one of those decks where it's just, it's a deck that is so cool and has a lot of crazy potential, but with mana drain in the mix, you just can't really play Eureka unless you're also playing 4 mana drains. And then if you're playing 4 mana drains and they have a mana drain, you need to be able to mana drain their mana drain, like all these crazy counter wars. So Eureka was very difficult to play because you had to run answers to mana drain, either flash counter or mana drains or both, just to be able to play your Eureka. And then, you know, you don't have all the big beefy creatures in your hand when you need to play them. This is actually not the right version. This is my All Hallows Eve deck. Let me pull up the right deck. Where is my Eureka? Oh, I think it's maybe this one. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So this is my Eureka deck as it stands right now. Yes, I'm a degenerate, undisciplined Magic player. I can't seem to get my decks below 61 to 63 cards, just like I was when I was a kid. But basically, I'm running 4 Urnums, 4 Serendib Djinns. I did take out the Serendib Efreets. That's right. I took out the Serendib Efreets, and I put in 1 Colossus. That's actually the change that I made, because I figured with the drop of honeys, I don't want the drop of honeys killing my Serendibs. So, this deck's going to be interesting because it basically relies on Concordant Crossroads and drop of honey, oubliettes, and Eureka to all go off, and I basically want to kill my opponent in one turn with a massive attack, or kill them the next turn. So we'll see how this deck will be able to perform. John, are you back?
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup because I'm just like doing the exact opposite thing. Like I'm playing Suicide Black with a bunch of tiny creatures that are all chipping in for a tiny bit of damage, and it'll just be a race to see if your deck explodes and kills me, or if I can, razor blade you to death right before that happens. We'll see.
Well, I just showed my deck picture, so the viewers have gotten to see kind of what I'm working on, and anybody who's familiar with this stuff knows it's going to be Urg Raiders and Kumbaj Witches and Hazard Ogress, and probably you've got Oubliette and Ashes to Ashes and just all the good, fast, low cost black cards. And this is another deck that has not been able to really shine, and now with Mana Drain out, certainly will be able to do so.
Yeah, I think it could be really powerful because there's really nothing to counter Eureka. I mean, I wish that Flash counter was just a negate, but it's not. It only counters instants.
Yeah.
So, it's really pretty interesting.
All right. Well, let's see how this goes.
And again, that's why we left Mana Drain in for so long, because this just does not leave blue with a counterspell that can stop combo decks at all.
Right.
But it was also fairly oppressive. So I like change. I like to see different cards get played. Can't ban everything, but, I think the environment will be better for it.
I hope so. I'm curious to see what everybody ends up brewing.
All right, I'll give this a keep. You want to be odds or evens?
I'll take odds. Well, you always take odds. I'll take evens.
All right, I'll see if I can get you an even. It's a 3.
All right.
I'll go first.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm just really consistent. I always call out, and hopefully I'm at least 50-50 on it. Okay, let's get a Bog Rats. Go ahead.
Bog Rats. That's what you want. Turn 1 winner. Okay. All right. I will play a Swamp and pass.
This deck's a white border special with almost entirely cards from Fourth and Chronicles. There's a few things that, weren't, but...
That is awesome. White border special. I love it.
All right, get in for one.
From the bulk box, right?
From the bulk box. Hazard and Ogress. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. All right, I will play a Bayou and a drop of honey.
That could be bad. So now that triggers at your upkeep,
My
right?
upkeep, not your upkeep, yes.
Okay.
And of course, this is a terrible proxy. I tried printing this on my printer, and it made my printer run out of ink.
Terrible. All right, let's get another Ogress and attack for 4.
Ouch.
And I take 3 because can't pay for that.
All right, so I got you at 17, and I'm at 15.
Hold on, I switched to poison somehow. I've never had that happen before. Okay. So I'm at 17. You're at
15.
And pass back with 3 in hand.
All right, so drop triggers.
This Bog Rats is toast.
Toasted rats. Yummy. Okay, I will play a Tropsicle. And, man... I am going to be taking 6 damage from those ogresses. Hold on a second. I don't know if I can handle that, because that'll get me down to 9. Oh my god, those guys are...
You love it. Take it.
I don't know. I think I have to try this. I will oubliette one of the ogres.
Yeah.
All right. And black, black, blue, I guess. And then I'll pass.
Oh, so you've just got one land that adds blue. All right. I'll put a blight on your tropical island.
All right. Good old blight.
And I'll play a bog imp, and I'll attack you for 3, and I'll also take 3.
All right. So I'm at 15. I take 3 and go to 12. And you go to 14.
Yep, back to you with 1 in hand.
All right. Drop a honey triggers on my upkeep.
Bog imp bites it.
All right. I really need a land here. Damn. Not a land.
Just one land away from vomiting your hand onto the board.
Well, possibly. How many cards do you have in hand, John?
Just 1.
Okay, what do I do here? See, I'm not running Fellwar Stones in this deck, and I wonder if it's... I ran just more... I'm running like 25.
Oh, I think you want Fellwar Stones, because then you can play Eureka on turn 3.
Yeah, right. But often my hand needs to build up with a lot of big dudes, so...
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
But I'm really hurting for land right here. And you've got 1 card in hand, so...
Yeah.
Right, I've got 6. What to do here? That blight is actually really hurting me. It's really hurting me.
They're probably going to go to the sideboard when I pack more creatures into the deck, but I do like it. It's been pretty good in the games I've played.
So I'm going to take 3 more. All right, I guess I just have to pass.
I mean, you're fine. If you take 3 more, you'll be at 9. 9's a long way to go. All right, so I'll pay for the Ogress and get you for 3.
All right, now you're getting in there for no damage back to you. All right, I'm at 12, so I go to 9.
And then, unfortunately, I don't have a creature to play, so I pass to you, and the drop of honey will kill this.
All right, drop of honey triggers and kills, and then goes away. And I still have no land. Damn. All right, I pass.
She is ugly. All right. Let's play an Raiders.
Yep.
And pass back to you.
Come on, land. Oh, my lord. There's so much land in this deck. It's just... All right, I will play another drop of honey and pass.
Oh, drop of honey. Drop of honey.
So drop of honey was another card that we discussed, whether it needs to be restricted.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the end we just didn't want to take away everything from control, and we didn't want to get rid of all of the cards at once. I mean, they gotta have something. You gotta have something to get to your Eureka.
True.
And I've still been able to do a lot of damage, even through 2 drops of honey.
Right.
I'll attack for 2.
Okay, I got nothing, so I go from 9 to 7.
And then I will pass back to you and drop a honey nukes this guy.
Right, drop triggers. Can I get a land, please? Oh my gosh. This is horrible. What?
I mean, it's not too bad having it be 1-for-1 removal instead of, you got 3 guys with the first one.
All right, I'm going to discard a Eureka and pass.
Oh my god. Okay. This is a strange test game.
Well, this is what happens when you don't draw lands.
I had a game earlier tonight of 7-point singleton where I just drew lands 8 turns in a row, and the dude just attacked me with a 2/2 over and over and over and over until I was dead. And I was like, wow, excitement.
Yeah, games like that just feel like we've always said, like non-games. They're just so dumb.
Super riveting magic. I'll play Raiders. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I've got to draw a land here. Jesus Christ. Alright, and this is going to just make things take even longer. So brutal. Alright, I have to tap this now and play an oubliette.
Oh my. Okay.
And pass.
I think you could have taken a couple more hits.
I
You're
don't
at
think
7.
I don't think so.
Ogress.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, that's a lot worse than Raiders. Oh, and there's the land. You were right. I should have waited. Alright, I will play a third oubliette.
Oh my. Okay.
That's the only reason I did it, and I'll pass.
I need some kind of Shatterstorm for enchantments, which I don't think exists in this format. Okay. Back to you with 2.
Okay, now if I could top deck a land, I can win.
Here, you can do it.
No,
you can,
I cannot do it.
blow me away.
I pass.
Oh, I don't need that card right now. All right, back to you.
Land? Jesus. Okay, now I have 8 cards, so now I'm going to have to discard something. Everything in my hand flies, so what do you discard in this scenario? Alright, I will discard a Clockwork Avian and pass.
Man, you must be stacked. All right, just play a swamp and pass back.
Oh my gosh. You can't make this up. Jesus. Okay. I will discard a Tetravus and pass.
Oh my.
Everything in my hand is better than Tetravus.
Keep playing? Alright, I'll play a swamp and pass back.
You've got all lands and I've got no lands. Oh my lord, it's a bayou. Alright, I think I finally got it. Okay.
Kill me this turn.
Forest Bayou, swamp, so I got green, green, black, black. Actually, green, 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 black. I will play Eureka.
Okay.
Alright.
I never remember. Does it start with you or does it start with me?
Well, technically, we're supposed to put a card down and turn it over at the same time.
Okay. Do I even want to put a card down? Yeah, I guess. Alright, there's my card.
Alright, my first card is Serendip Jin.
Alright, my first card is Oubliette.
Okay. Oh, actually, I don't know how that works.
Or if they do they see each other if they enter the battlefield at the same time?
I think everything has to resolve because technically it all resolves at the same time. So you'll have to choose after we've played all of our things.
Okay.
All right. Next thing is this one for me.
I've got no more permanents in my hands.
Then I'm just going to play a Tetravus, a Yawgmoth Demon, a Yawgmoth Demon, a Yawgmoth Demon, and a Concordant Crossroads.
Oh, you have the Crossroads. Okay, you do have the Crossroads, so you can kill me.
Right. You can oubliette 1, but I'll get in for
Enough.
Like 6, 6, 6, 4, and 5.
So hold on, 6, 6, 4, and 5 is still enough, right?
So if you oubliette this guy,
here's the interesting thing: if you didn't have a Concordant Crossroads, I have a Hellfire, and I could have just killed everything on my turn.
Well, this whole deck revolves around Eureka, Concordant, and all these kind of guys. Like I can attack with these 6/6 flying and the Serendip Jin 5/6 flying, and if I don't kill, I've got the Tetravus to allow me to split off the tokens to feed the Yawgmoth demons.
All right, let's try it again.
Wow, I mean that was painful on my land, but yeah, those oubliettes in the oubliettes and the Drops of Honey just completely saved me.
Yeah, that was real good. Oh yeah, if there was no Drop of Honey, I would have gotten in for the rest of the damage that I needed.
I mean, as many lands as I have 25 lands here, but 3 of them don't tap for mana. There's the Maze of Ith. There's the well, I guess 2 of them don't tap for mana. Maze of Ith and what else am I running? It's non-mana producing. I guess just Maze of Ith in the Workshop. So Workshop taps, but only for the artifacts. Yeah, so a deck like this, I think, would be so much fun to play if it can like stand up to a variety of different kind of opponent decks. Wouldn't it just be like so fun for a Eureka Concordant Crossroads deck to like actually do well and win?
Oh yeah, I mean, even back when all the offensive cards were back in the Wild Wild West, in Tournament 3, Michael Scheffnecker made it to the finals with a black-green Eureka deck.
That's right. We can look at that.
And then my mono blue robots smashed it, but that deck was sweet. Like,
yeah, that's right.
It was really good.
Yeah, here it is right here. I've got it up. Jusums, Urnums, Oubliettes, Sylvans, Triskelions, Tetravis, and Dark Elves, Elves of Deep Shadow, Fellwar Stones. In his sideboard, he had Fallen Angels, the Crawl Giant, Underworld Dreams, If Biff of Freets. Like
Underworld Dreams, that's a card that I maybe should be playing.
Yeah. And your deck, your mono blue deck, took first in that tournament, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's the one you won. Here it is. Tournament number 3.
My sideboardless mono blue
sideboardless mono blue. There it is. Yeah. 4 mana drains, 4 transmutes, 3 recalls, 4 workshops, 4 factories, 4 strip mines, library, 4, what is that? 4 Suchis, 4 Tetris.
Yeah. We couldn't allow all those cards to keep getting played.
A city in a bottle. Oh yeah, this is a great deck. The Wild Wild West days were a lot of fun. I think we're gonna have to do the Wild Wild West again as a Spice event.
Oh, yeah, especially for the new players. I think they'll enjoy it. We've got what? We've got 26 signed up so far for
yes.
For T13.
For Tournament 13, we have 26 people signed up. Our most recent Tournament 11 had 33, but we had a few people drop. I'd like to, as we've been discussing, I'd like to get us, more players. But like you said, quality and fun players and good players and players that complete their matches are more preferable to more players that end up dropping. So hopefully we can get a few more. There's always a few stragglers towards as we get close to the actual tournament, so we might be able to hit 30 this time.
That'd be great.
All right, let's try this again. You want to do middle, John?
Yes.
All right.
And I will take the play.
All right. Good luck. You're up.
Good luck. See if I can get in there.
I do not have as good of a hand this turn, so you might be able to pull this one off.
Ooh, I don't know, man. I'm gonna roll the dice on this hand and keep it. Bog Rats, go ahead.
First turn Rats, that's what you want. Swamp, pass.
Oh no, I've made a horrible mistake. All right, tag for 1.
The 1 land hand, 19.
But I've got all these 2 drops. Go ahead.
Well, hopefully you'll top deck. I mean, the good thing is my deck's slow. Swamp, pass. Oh, looky there. Bingo.
There's a Lando, Friendo.
Lando Calrissian.
Attack for 1.
Okay, 18.
Play an Ogress. And pass back to you.
All right, it's looking grim. All right, here comes the drop of honey with the forest, and I'll pass.
Drop honey. Raiders.
Yeah.
6.
Well, the Raiders can't attack, can they?
Oh no, just 4.
Okay. And then you take 3 and I take 3. No.
Yeah.
You take 3 and I take 4.
Right.
Okay, so you're at 17. I take 4. I'm at 18, so I go to 14.
Yep.
All right. Drop a honey triggers on my upkeep.
Bog rats bites it.
Roasted rats. All right. There's a forest.
I think drop of honey is also particularly good in your deck because it only targets the creature with the lowest power, right? So it's never going to kill any of your guys.
My big fatties, right? Unless it depends. If I've got like an Urnum and they've got an Urnum and you're tied, then I get to choose, I guess, right? Or who gets to choose? Okay, I will pass.
Man, I wish I had another land. That would be sick. Cyclopean Mummy. And attack for 5.
Jesus. Bam. All right. I'm at 9.
3 to me.
All right.
14.
You're at 14. I'm at 9.
And back to you with 4.
All right. Drop a honey triggers.
I guess the mummy bites it.
Okay.
And he's actually removed, I believe. Yep. I've always really liked the art on this card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a card we all played as kids, man. We all had that freaking mummy in our decks. He's a 2/1 for 2. He's like the Argothian Pixies of black.
He's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna take another 5. Oh my god.
Love it.
How many cards do you have in hand?
4.
4. Okay. I have a feeling I think I know what's coming. What you must have. All right. I guess I got to do the same as last time. Well, or do I? What do you think about?
It'll really slow me down if you play an Oubliette on Ogress.
Right, that's what I was thinking. But I get to play the Oubliette for free if I play Eureka.
You do. So, if you have a Eureka, you might as well play it, right?
I don't know. If you have Ashes to Ashes or Oubliette yourself, then no, because my hand's not good enough to go off right now. So I think I do have to play Oubliette on the Ogress.
Nice.
All right, and I pass.
Okay. Let's put. I guess I'll attack first for 2.
All right, I'm at 9, so I go to 7.
Blights on both of your forests.
Okay. I was also wondering if that was when
you don't care. You don't care. You'll only need to use those forests once.
Right. At this point. But if you had gotten it earlier, it would have hurt.
Back to you.
Okay, drop a honey triggers. Alright, drop a honey goes to the graveyard. Okay, I'll play a Tropical Island. And I will pass.
Come on, creature.
Yeah.
Ogress.
Oh, there you go.
Back to you with 2.
Okay. Ah, okay. Man, the ogre's hitting for 3 is so strong. She's like, dang, it's like, oh, that little 2 black casting.
She's a brick house.
She's a brick. House. Okay. Well, let's see.
So I think I'm going to take out the blights and 2 of the bog rats and maybe like 1 or 2 other cards for 4 stone throwing devils and 4 Juzumjins.
Right.
And then that'll be pretty. I've got those on the way in the mail. In fact, I printed them with white borders so that they'll match the stack.
White border Juzums? That's funny. Oh. You said you got 2 cards?
2 cards.
Damn it.
Cards that are gonna wreck your world.
Right, I know what they are. It's two ashes to ashes or something like that.
Or 2 ashes to ashes and an oubliette.
Well, yeah, that's even better. Dang. Guy's gonna hit me. I'm gonna be at 4. Okay. Okay, I'll tap the Tropsicle and play a drop of honey and pass.
Drop of honey. Get out of my face with that. Alright. Let's draw a creature to keep the ogress alive. Alright, I'll pay 2 for ogress and get in there for 3.
Alright, I'm at 7. I go to 4.
And then I'll play another ogress.
Oh my god, that's really good.
And pass back to you.
Alright, drop of honey triggers.
I'll have it kill the...
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's been doing so much work. I'll have it kill the Vinta, the new one.
Alright. Oh, I draw a third one of these that I do not need. That's ridiculous. Oh god. Okay, so now it's now or never time. I'm gonna be down to 1. Jesus. Alright, I will pass.
Alright, attack for 3.
I'm at 1.
I'll pay 2 so I don't take damage.
Alright.
And unfortunately, I do not have a creature to cast, so go ahead.
Alright, drop 100 triggers.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I'm at 1. This is crazy. Ugh, this is not what I needed. Oh my gosh. Well, I have 8 cards. Alright, I will discard a Concordant Crossroads and pass.
This is so bonkers. I can't believe that this is happening. Alright, it's just a swamp. Go ahead.
Alright. Oh, I got a land. Alright, I got a land. Okay, I can play something. I'll tap this, lose it to the Blight, and I'll play a Clockwork Avian.
Sure.
And I'll pass.
I'll oubliette the avian.
There's the oubliette. Okay.
And pass you with 1 card in
We
hand.
got dueling oubliettes here. Alright.
Doubliette.
The doubliette. Alright, I pass.
Creature. Go ahead.
Alright. It's a land. Okay. I'll lose this other land now to the Blight. Tap for 6. I'll play a Triskelion.
Yeah, that's real good. That might steal the game for you, honestly, because like all my guys can just be killed by that.
All right, and I'll pass.
Raiders.
Okay.
And pass back to you.
All right, I'll play Maze of Ith.
Maze of Ith. All right.
I'll attack with Triskelion.
Man. Maze of Ith out. Do I just block? All right. I go to 10.
All right, got you 10. After combats, I will pass turn. If you get another blight, then you can take out the maze. By the way, the blights are gone because my forests are in the graveyard.
Oh, you use the second one too?
Yeah, I used the second one to cast a Triskelion. I got another land.
I'll cast a bog imp and I'll attack with the Raiders.
Okay, I'll maze him.
All right, back to you.
All right. Okay, the bog imp is a flyer. Yeah.
Yeah. You can just pop him with Triskelion.
All right, I think I got it now. All right, I'll play Eureka.
Okay.
All right. I will do. I'll do this one first. You got
I don't have any cards. You can just lay your hand down.
Okay, I got another Triskelion. I got a Serendip Djinn. And I've got an Oubliette and a Concordant Crossroads.
Yeah, I need just like a little bit more pressure or a little bit of reach, one or the other.
Well, remember you and I were talking about how like black-red could be the answer.
Yeah, it was just so bad when we tried it. I mean, I could have literally just burned.
But this deck is also like your deck's worst nightmare.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'd rather play against that than, I don't know.
Well, I have another deck. I have a blue, green, red deck. Or do you have a sideboard?
I've got, no, not together, but I have another deck as well if you want to try.
You want to try that one versus this one?
If you want to try Eureka versus this,
okay.
Although this will not be legal in T13 because I've got 4 mana drains in it.
Oh, well, just pop out 3 mana drains and put in
something.
3 more good cards. Oh yeah, that's your tournament deck, right?
This is my tournament deck.
Oh yeah, that'd be a great challenge for this deck.
Let me pull these mana drains out of here.
Yeah, because you can throw down your time elementals and pop my shit back.
Believe and have haste.
Yes, that's right, because the concordance.
Alright, I guess I'll just side in.
Do you have, I mean, the good cards are going to be like, the good cards would be, I mean, what do you have in your sideboard?
Oh, all kinds of stuff, but nothing that really belongs in there against that deck.
Well, do you have 4 Azure Drakes and 4 Ghost Ships?
In my main deck? No, I'm not playing Ghost Ship at all.
Oh, well, just throw in 3 Ghost Ships. That'll be great. Because then you get, like, regenerating blockers.
Let me see if I have any sleeved up. The dark.
See, I think that your blue deck, if you're running Ghost Ships, could be, like, the ultimate nemesis for this deck. Because you're like, all right, I play all these Ghost Ships, and but you're gonna need a lot of mana to regenerate them all.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be particularly good against you dropping 6/6 flyers, but we could try. Let's see.
Another thing you could try running in that deck is Amnesia.
Yeah, I could have Amnesia. That would be pretty mean.
Yeah. Are you running anything like Flying Man or any little weenies?
No.
I mean, you could always run Flying Man and Unstable for the early damage.
Couldn't find room for him. It's not really an aggro deck. I could have that as a transitional kind of deal. Oh. Just digging through boxes here real quick. I think Amnesia is a great idea.
Yeah, 3 Amnesias. You've got Felwar Stones, and you got Mono Blue Island, so you have no problem playing it. You just Amnesia my whole hand away while I'm trying to get Eureka, going. That'd be brutal. That'd be so brutal. Hey, John, maybe we should wrap this video and we'll start a new one.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.